cowboy in Texas. And this cowboy went to a French dinner. And he said, I ate for 1 hour, and the only thing I knew I ate was an olive. Now that's me today. I had 2 hours in which I understood nothing. And so all I could do was try to feel the spiritual quality in each speaker. I got one phrase from Dr. Jyoti, where she said something about in all our lives, in English. And of course, there was a little bit more from Aurobindo. But you have to try to, even if you don't understand the language, you have to try to feel the spiritual vibration in each speaker, in each person. And sometimes the words help us to understand, but more importantly, it is the vibration that makes all the difference. Now, it has been 62 years since I met Mother. And the first meeting with her, she knew everything about my life. She knew my past, she knew my present, and she even told me what my future might be like. So when I came into this room, where she had this lovely chair, which we see when we go out from Sri Aurobindo's room, no one was there. No Champapal, no one, just Mother and myself. The first thing she asks me is the music with you? I said, Mother, the music is always with me. Mother said, not always. And she took it away for a while. But then she began to tell me all about the great composers, and she said to me, becoming very quiet, you must bring down a new music. Wow. I was just turned 23 years old. I was singing in New York City, preparing for the Metropolitan Opera, and this was earth-shaking. I said, Mother, I don't know how to combine words and music like the great composers could with the poets, bring their poetry into music. Mother said to me very strongly, no, you must go far above words and bring down the pure music. Oh, what an experience that was. It has been now 20 years since I heard from the divine that it must be Om. And of course I know that Mother said Om is the voice of the Lord. And even the signature Om, she said it is the signature of the Lord. So I have been doing this for 62 years, but only 20 years ago, it was very clear that it must be Om. Now, why must it be Om? Well, it's the voice of the Lord. And for us to sing Om, we must realize that it is the Lord singing, not us. So we have to give up this feeling of ego, the judgment of the mind, which has no ability to judge this music. And we have to give up shyness, hesitation, all of these human things that we have. And we just become instruments for the divine presence to sing through us. But through us, not individually, but as a collective soul. So we have to realize that we are all one, all divine, and that when we can bring down this music purely through Om, not through but Om, then that vibration will have the power to transfigure our universe, to transform all those who aspire to be transformed. Because the force in this Om choir is so powerful that no concrete can hold it. No distance can impede it. It will go wherever people are open to receive the voice of the Lord, which is Om. How do we begin to sing Om? Well, I have all choirs twice a week, once in Aurobindo and once a week in the ashram. And we don't have the time today to work on the physical body, the body consciousness, because that takes about 20 minutes. We have to learn how to utilize what this body has to offer to the divine. How to use the diaphragm, how to breathe, how to use the jaw, the tongue. And maybe one day if you can come to the ashram or Aurobindo and join us, or even form Om choirs here, which would be a marvelous thing to bring down that power, that force, that beauty into life collectively. See, we always do things individually, don't we? And this is always a collective experience, the experience of one body offering itself to the divine, becoming an instrument to allow the divine presence to sing through this one body. So we begin by humming, because when we hum, we cannot harm the vocal cords. We've only been given 2 for our entire life, so we have to be very careful when we sing, not singing from the throat, but singing from the diaphragm. So we'll start with the hum. So, as always, there are many, many of you who don't hear the note or you're unable to replicate it. And that will come with training. No one is truly tone deaf, but it takes a lot of training. So I'll just take this group right here and see if you can replicate the note. Almost nobody got it. Right here. Nobody got it. one or two of you got it. Yes, yes, much better. Okay. Yes. A little better. Okay, here. Yes, we're getting better now. We're getting better. We're improving here. No. And here. Oh, yeah. Yes, we had some good voices. But when we sing the Om, it's the Lord who is listening. And the Lord knows when we are truly aspiring, truly offering ourselves. And so it doesn't matter when we sing Om that the note is perfect. But it is good if we can train the body consciousness to learn how to sing. Those of you who have children, it would be good if you have a harmonium or a piano and play one note on that piano, even to a year-old child, and they can develop relative pitch or perfect pitch. You can say, sing A, and they will sing A. Sing C, they will sing C. So if you have children, please begin with them. So let us gather very close in circles so we can all hear each other better. So all come in very tight. Very good. That's good. And also here, very tight. Yeah, multiple circles is perfect.
Okay, multiple circles.
Much. Yeah.
So you're
Very
Can
good.
you share with me real perfect circles or it's
Close enough. Concentrate. Invoke the divine presence collectively, and we'll begin. I ask for a note, and someone will give me a note. We will sing the Om, and at the end of the Om, a few moments of silence, and then I'll ask someone to give me a few lines from Savitri to help lift us higher and higher. So let us begin. Someone give me a note. someone give me a few lines from Savitri?
Empty existence from birth.
A little louder, please. Anyone?
Lay all on her, she is the cause of all.
Now, the Lord knows
Cycles turn to her call.
Alone her hands can change time's dragon pace. Hers is the mystery the night conceals. The spirit's alchemist energy is hers. She is the force, the inevitable verb, the magnet of a difficult ascent, the sun from which we kindle all our suns, the light that gleams from the unrealized past, the joy that beckons from the impossible, the might that never yet came down.
a note. Now we have many notes within our bodies, and the Lord would like to sing through all of them. If you want to hold one tone, that's fine. If you allow him to play on all the stops, that's also fine. So complete freedom in the choir is very, very important, because we are only instruments. That's all. And as instruments, we allow him to play as much as he wants. So feel free to allow him to use your voice to express the divine delight. I always generally keep my eyes closed because it focuses the aspiration more clearly. May I have a note? We'll do one more Om. But first, may I have a few lines from Savitri? If the chamber's door is even a little ajar, what then can hinder God from stealing in? Or who prevent his kiss on the sleeping soul? A note. good beginning.